Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Network Merchandise Shop. Check out our large assortment of logo merch and our lifestyle collection as well. Just head over to abvnetwork.com and click on shop. We are also sponsored by The Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers a fully customizable carrying case that allows you to take your favorite distilled spirits or cocktail ingredients with you. Whether you're looking for yourself, a customized gift, or logo items for your business or event, The Bar to Go can help. Check them out at thebar2go.com. Use the number 2 when you type out The Bar to Go. Did you know Neely Family Distillery now ships its popular distilled spirits directly to you? To order, simply call 859-394-3258. Tell them the ABV Network sent you. And now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, Steve shares his rapid aging idea for bourbon. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, J-Ro, Tim Swaya, and Evan Van Scoik.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
How we doing?
Hey, guys.
Yo.
Hello. So I am the first to admit that I hate anything rapid aged. I hate the idea of it. I hate the fact that people think that they can do better than what has been done for the last 250 years or so in this country. But you know what? If I can make a couple bucks along the way, I'll be the first to sell out. No problem. So I've got an idea for this. We're going to run it by you guys. Are going to be my focus group. And if it passes, I think we need to streamline it. We need to put it on the fast track to get it out there. But we'll get to that after the break. For right now, McNew, you said there's something you want to talk about. What is that?
Yes, I have a terrible story to tell you, and then I have a question.
Oh, gosh.
For you guys.
Are we going to be crying? Yeah.
I almost actually accidentally abducted a kid today.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Casual kidnapping.
Yeah.
So I was coming back into my neighborhood after I went to the grocery store, and the school buses were letting out because there's like a stop at the end of my street, I guess. So I see this girl walking, and she has like brown hair, and she has softball bats coming out of her bag like my neighbor would. My neighbor has brown hair. She plays softball. So she's walking down the street. I was like, Briley, get in. I'll take you the rest of the way. She's my next door neighbor. Was not my neighbor. So now this 13-year-old is staring at me like I'm a crazy person. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You're not who I thought you were. And then I just drive away.
Be on the news tonight. You might be on the news.
I know.
Could have gone home, reported to her parents.
Innocent.
They call the news. They call the news. They're done.
Wow.
She moved into one of the
You're totally
one of the new
innocent.
neighbors, like down the street with
There's
one of the
probably a
rental
sketch
houses.
of you out there. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So now I'm like the weird lady in the white
Stop
car.
that.
Like I'm surprised her parents didn't come knock
Yeah.
on my door. So I almost.
McNew's going to jail. McNew's
I
going
wouldn't
to
park
jail.
your car outside. I'd get it in the garage now.
Yeah,
It was the most
Yeah,
awkward thing.
or in the back somehow.
Change your hair color. Change your hair color.
McNew.
Sign up the show and go change your hair color.
I swear, from the back, it looked just like my neighbor, and I was like, "Oh, it's no big deal. I can take her the rest of the way down the road, so she doesn't have to walk with this big bag." Not her at all. It was mortifying.
Okay.
Weird.
Now the good news
Your
is
heart was in the right place. Stop.
Yeah,
Your heart
I
was in the
I'm
right
like, oh,
place.
God, that
No
was-
harm, no foul.
based on some
You're
things
good.
going on right now, 2 out of the 3
You're
members
good.
of the Bourbon Daily could be in jail very soon. So McNew clearly is one, and then I've got a situation I'll talk about. McNew knows that. I told McNew the story last night. I'll tell you guys.
He was very much good.
I'll tell you guys off air. This cannot be an on
And
air
I'll
thing.
take possession of that blade and bow.
Yeah. So yes, Becca will be doing all the shows for a while till McNew and I get paroled. So yeah.
So I almost abducted a kid.
I can bail one of you out.
Have you guys ever mistaken somebody in like a very embarrassing way? Was my question for you.
Yeah, I did this as
Actually, I do it a lot.
Go ahead. Let's hear your best one.
I mean, I do. I will just no. I do it. I will go. Hey, what's up? And then they look at me like, oh shit, that's not who this. Oh my god, But
Right.
I do it a lot. I don't get out a lot, so when I do, I'm like kind of uber excited. I'm like, oh hey, and they're like, no, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, sorry. Or where you do the wave, and then they do the wave, and then you're like, oh, that's not and then you kind of put your hand down. Like, I do it all the time, actually. So I'm with McNew on this. Like, I'm like,
okay.
It's embarrassing for no reason. I don't know why it's so embarrassing, but it is.
Yeah.
Your heart was in the right spot.
It was. I'm like, the one day I'm nice to a kid.
Your heart was in the right spot, and your picture's in the police blotter right now, so you're good.
Yeah.
No, I just got an Amber Alert, actually. I just got an Amber Alert.
McNew's going to
White
jail.
Chrysler Sebring, 6 dents.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
you'll find me.
Yeah. So I famously have one of these. I've told the story, but it's been a long time on the air before. So when I was a kid, I want to say 5 years old, because my sister was, barely walking. So she's 3 years younger than me. So she's approximately 2, and she's holding my mom's hand. It's around Christmas time in Famous Bar at the mall. There's no Famous Bars anymore, but the mall is very crowded, and we're at the Famous Bar, and which is like a department store, by the way, in case you don't know what that is. So it's like Christmas time crowded. It's so crowded. So I'm following my mom and sister, with my mom holding my sister's hand, and all of a sudden all these people start coming through, and I get separated, and I turn around and I see them walking the other way, but I see my mom is holding hands with someone with blonde hair. My sister has dark red hair, and I tug on my mom's coat and said, "Mom, why are you got the wrong kid there?" And she turns around. It's not my mom. And I'm like 5. I just start crying because now I'm lost. I don't know where I'm at. My mom's the wrong thing. And they get on one of those things where they had to get the in-store. We have a little boy here. His name's Steve. At the counter, where he's at the makeup counter. If you want to come pick up Steve. Oh man, that was a bad one. Yeah. I just got totally discombobulated. My mom I was walking behind him, so she didn't know I got separated. I was just lost in the sea of people. Yeah, it was
That's
bad.
a tough one. I can imagine a little bourbon Sasquatch.
It's the way I am. It's why I am the way I am today. Yeah.
He did already have a full beard, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly.
If that would have happened to me, I'd be
though, like, come get your kid, and anybody could walk up, and they're like, like, I'm walking up stealing.
I got stolen. No, I got stolen once, actually. My mom she'll start crying. Well, listen, so a disabled child took me as a baby doll, and she saw me in a department store. My mom's coming back in. I could get her. She tells it so good because it's clearly etched in her brain for fucking ever. And she picked me up and carried me around like I was her baby doll. She was disabled, and it is what it is. And when she took me to her mother freaked out. Oh, yeah. And was like, no. And it's like trying to find at the same time, my mother's across the department store cannot find me. And there's no Amber Alert and it's no intercoms because the moms want to, holy shit, Mom, what about that time? Come on in. You're fine.
Okay.
Mom, what about that time that I, here, do you want to put an earpiece in? She's going to tell us. Okay. What about that time that kid stole me?
That kid stole me.
Do you remember, Mom? How terrifying was it? Can you hear her?
Terrifying. It's pretty terrifying.
She does. We need a webinar.
Her earpiece is popping out. Yeah, that's okay. We get it.
So she stole me, and then my mom couldn't find me.
Yes.
Right.
We were in a department store, and you look around, and your kid is gone, and of course I'm one of those. You're gonna know why Jennifer's like she is. I just go to the store screaming for my kid. Yeah.
It's very, very scary, very traumatic. I get it. Yeah, that's
But
anyway,
tough.
Around the corner, and here's this little girl. Well, she was
Just a disabled little girl, and she was carrying her, and she said, "Look, I found a little girl. Mommy, can we take her home? Isn't she cute?"
and she's going to her mother.
yeah.
I'm about to run up there and grab her, and I'm thinking, "Don't do that." And I said,
"She's from the South. She'll fight you." Like that.
Right.
And then the mother comes in and she looks at me. She says, "Oh, honey, I think she wants to take her home with her."
True story. Mom, I love you. Gotta go. Love you.
Thank you.
Told you. True story.
Wow.
All right.
You can see the drama just building, and just that was something.
Yeah. Tim, have you ever famously
Can you only
misidentified?
if you have kids? I mean,
Oh yeah, if you got
imagine.
kids, you would know how.
hell, they
straight
could
it is.
take mine. Oh,
Right.
I'm kidding. Kidding.
Tim.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
So, well, I haven't had a situation that really comes to mind where I've mistakenly identified somebody. I have had the opposite of rounds. So I was in Pittsburgh flying home from work, flights delayed forever, this, that, and the other. And I keep on catching that my coworker taps me on the shoulder and says, this woman keeps on staring at you and kind of talking to people around, and they keep on staring and kind of pointing at you. Like, what the hell's going on? So I start laughing. I'm like, okay, who knows? Well, I'm boarding the plane, and I'm walking down the middle of the aisle to my seat. And then my coworker's behind me, and this woman stops me. She's already sitting, and the one who's been looking at me the whole time stops me and says, "Does anybody tell you that you look like Michael Douglas?" And I'm like, yes, I get that all the time.
Did she have cataracts?
I don't know, but it gets better. It gets better. So I said, well, yes, I get that all the time. And she pauses, dead ass serious, and says, "Are you Michael Douglas?" And I'm sorry to disappoint you. I am not.
You should have just
God
signed her and
bless you.
autographed him and wrote about your day. Just sign or something.
Oh my
Good for that.
My coworker behind me just starts,
McNew.
just bursts out laughing.
Yeah.
Bursts out laughing. And I'm walking down saying, oh my God, I had to go look up. I mean, Michael Douglas is 77 years old, but you know he's with Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Isn't Michael Douglas like 5'6" or something too?
Yes.
I mean, tiny. Celebrities are tiny.
But hold on. To everyone's, come on, the last movie he was in, he probably was 40.
Okay.
Fair.
There you go.
I would say it's Wall Street,
no.
Wall Street 2. It was the last big one I remember him being in.
Yeah.
Yes, so
All
I
right.
got
Wall Street.
I was mistakenly identified as Michael Douglas.
What do you think, Kevin?
I like it.
So I've had both Tim's encounter actually just happened on Friday. Someone like runs up to me on the dance floor and they're like, Luke Combs, can I have your autograph? And I was like, I'm not Luke Combs. And he's like, are you sure?
Wait,
I was like,
are
yeah.
you sure?
What dance floor were you on? What dance floor were you on?
I'm on a lot of dance floors. I do line dancing.
Yeah, you get around.
Line dancing, pole dancing, the whole thing.
Oh, he does all of it. Yeah.
He's in the Sugar Shack on Thursday nights.
Sugar Shack.
And I've had Steve's where as a child I've mistakenly run up to a lady. I mean, I had a mom with long blonde hair.
Me too. That's my mom had long blonde hair. And
they all did in like
when I was a kid,
like
I guess
30 years. Yeah. So yeah, I ran up. I was like, oh wait, you're not mom. The most recent time was it didn't happen out loud, but it happened for about a split second in my mind. Is I was at a bar dancing like 2 weeks ago, and I walked by and I was like, babe, that's in my head, not out loud. I was like, my wife's not here. So it was just a very strange moment. Just like walking past someone was like, she's not here. That was weird. But yeah, for sure. Just, it's so easy to mistake someone for another person. I have called somebody the wrong name before, mistaking them for a different person. Yeah. Don't remember exactly who it was. Embarrassing. But I have, I for sure just like called someone the wrong name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. McNew, you asked the question.
I try to avoid names altogether. Just to avoid
That's
that.
good. Just hey you is good. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, dog.
McNew, did you ask the question? Do you have one?
You know, besides of trying to abduct the wrong kid today, no, but I do sometimes in vehicles, like, so if somebody has like the same car of somebody you recognize, especially like I'm still from like a small town, like you just like hang your hand out the window like an idiot, and then you're like, that is not who I thought it was. And you feel awkward, and they have no idea who you were, but like you just feel like an idiot for like the next 15 minutes for some reason. I hate that too, but
yeah, there you go.
It's your Midwest nice. It's just a nice thing.
You're nice, sure. All right, well, it is time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Evan.
I am breaking out a Wood Hat Old Blue.
Okay. Very good. Though Though there was a crash at the end there. So
yeah, I touched the desk a little bit.
He didn't. That's where his super sound messed him up. We got to hear the faults there too. So
everything.
Yes, the Russian judge has deducted 2 points.
he didn't stick the landing. Yeah, he didn't stick the landing. All right, McNew, what do you got?
I have Breckenridge Port Cask Finish.
Okay, that's good stuff. Okay, now Evan's got the lead, despite the points off. All right, what do you got there, J-Ro?
I've got a dick. Some granted, I'm at my parents. I've got a Dickel rye.
No, nothing there, nothing at all. All right, Tim.
I've got I'm kicking this up to Justin Mays in Michigan with Journeyman Distillery Feather Rye.
Okay.
Nothing.
All right, Evan's got the lead.
Very well loved.
Evan's got the lead. I think he's going to be in good shape here. I've got a bottle more than halfway gone. It's an Old Pepper rye. So let's see what we got here. Very bassy, but not enough to beat what Evan was throwing out there. So Evan, congratulations, you win, buddy.
Ooh.
Well done.
Yeah. Again, I don't know that the sound helped you there. There wasn't a lot of competition, so we got to get one where it's a pure thing where the sound is just the difference. So right now it's been.
You see, I tried to put mine up to my AirPod to see if maybe
that's going to help.
Noise canceling. I was like.
Yeah. Cheers, gang.
Salute, everyone.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to talk about my new rapid aging system. We'll do that in just a few. Hello, this is Steve Akeley of the ABV Network. Let's talk about the people who make this show happen. First up is Leatherwood Distillery in Pleasant View, Tennessee. Company founder Andy Lang started distilling as a hobby while serving his country as an elite Green Beret. Andy distilled all over the world during his time in the military and brought this passion back to him in the U.S. when he returned home. A visit to Leatherwood combines Andy Lang's unique distilled spirits and a museum of artifacts from his time serving the U.S. Share a drink with a fallen soldier at their bar where you can grab an acrylic bio off the wall that celebrates the individuals who gave the ultimate sacrifice to protect his or her country. They will also ship their distilled spirits directly to you, so check them out at leatherwooddistillery.com. Hi, this is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network. We're sponsored by the Stave and Thief Society. This is where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge a bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my Executive Bourbon Steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification program available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Okay, let's talk about Neely Family Distillery. In 2018, I met Royce Neely at an industry event. He started appearing on our shows, and we became friends during my frequent visits to Kentucky. Today, he's leading the way for young distillers making their mark on the bourbon industry. A visit to Neely Family Distillery combines family history, a look at what makes their products unique, and of course a tasting through their whiskeys, moonshines, and creams. Check them out at neelyfamilydistillery.com and visit them in Sparta, Kentucky.
This is Kathy Poole, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're discussing Steve's rapid aging system.
Yes, we are. So, my rapid aging system is as follows. Everyone is talking about different rapid aging things, and it's everything from things they do at the distillery, shaking barrels, to you name it, sonic waves, to adding chemicals in there, to make whiskey taste older. I did a thing recently where you put it in a pump and then you run it through like over a wood disc, and that'll make it taste older, it says. And they even threw out a number, it makes it taste 5 years older and stuff like that. So there's all these different things, putting staves, buy your own little mini staves, you put in the bottle. There's all this different stuff. So my idea is as follows. See what you guys think. So I'm thinking about selling, and it's going to be either in a single pack or a 2-pack. If you just want the single option, that's the gold package. In there is going to be a jar of very fine sawdust. So very fine, made out of bourbon barrels. So it's sawdust from bourbon barrels. And you just put in 1 scoop if you want to add 7 years onto your bourbon. 2 is 14 years and 3 is 21 years. That's what it tastes like. It's that much older. So you could literally get new make and have it be an equivalent of a 21-year-old bourbon. So that's pretty cool. And if you buy the gold package, which is optional, you don't have, the platinum package, which is optional, you don't have to do that. It comes with a vial of liquid smoke with a dropper. So you could add, if you want a smoky flavor, maybe more of you're a Scotch fan or you like a nice smoky whiskey, you can add that in there. So that's my rapid age system. I got the gold and platinum packages available for $29.99 or $49.99, depending on which one that you get. What do you think?
Are we talking about bourbon or strippers?
See, I went to Sawdust on the Floor Whorehouse is what I went to.
No, this is
That's where
very
I'm
fine.
at.
It's gonna dissolve in there. It's just gonna give you
Clearly.
that nice wood taste that you get.
Is
So
it bourbon or is it strippers?
it's bourbon. We're talking bourbon
Really?
here. We're talking
Okay,
bourbon, and
bourbon. Okay.
this
Had to
it's
clear
gonna-
my head.
boy, it's gonna make it good stuff. So
Steve, people have
Yes?
made money on dumber things. Like, I personally hate it, but like, if you can shill something like that, do it. Go make your millions on idiots, Steve.
yeah, like I do like a video, and then I got somebody putting in 1 scoop, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, that's like a."
Could I get
That's
the
like a very fine
sawdust
whiskey.
for the
Yeah.
skee ball? Could I get the sawdust for the skee ball?
The ski ball. No.
No, you don't want to use that stuff.
No.
But see, what's going to happen, Steve, is
Shit.
where we're going to screw ourselves is it's going to get marketed, right? Like this great whiskey gift, and you're going to fucking get it for Christmas yourself. They're like, oh, we know you liked whiskey. This seemed cool.
Boomerang back. I'm
You
with
think
you
so?
McNew on that one.
You don't
Yes.
want it.
I mean, I don't want to put it out under my name. It'll be an offshore account that'll be doing this and that. So yes. So people won't know I'm affiliated with this unless they happen
You
to listen to
market
the
it with
show.
strippers and you're good.
Yeah.
I just want to circle back around to this
kidding.
idea of dumping scoops of sawdust
Sure.
into the whiskey.
There's nothing poisonous about sawdust. You can eat sawdust. Yeah.
And
will
That
you
not
doesn't
harm
can
mean
you.
go
you
for it
want to
through
drink
pantyhose.
it.
Strippers pantyhose.
I imagine like mixing it in like you would like a protein
Right.
shake.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be very fine.
That's going to be fine. Or it just disappears in there. Yeah. It's going to be, it's not your standard sawdust. Like Tim was
No.
talking sawdust floor. No, that stuff's, that's a heavier.
It's,
I'm going to go a fine
That's
grade
right.
sawdust.
Fine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to,
Yeah.
it'll dissolve just adding that great flavor that you're looking for, Evan.
And so it's going to be like your next like shaker bottles. So protein
Yeah.
scoop.
Yeah. You got the
shake
shaker
it up.
bottle. I sell those too. Those are $39.99. That's a one-time purchase though. So,
And then you've got
Yeah.
salt, pepper, sawdust.
right.
So, Steve,
Salt,
are you going to
pepper,
include? Are you going to include for an upgrade to upgrade your package for another $5.99 a filtering system, basically a coffee filter, so you
Yes.
could chill the whiskey in the freezer, then filter it out to have chill filtered whiskey,
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that too. So, yeah.
and then there you
That's
go.
just sold
Could
around
you
the
call
holidays.
it
though. That's-
Tennessee?
Yes,
Yeah.
Could
Oh,
you
that's
then call it Tennessee whiskey?
Maybe. Well, maybe.
charcoal,
kidding.
charcoal
Maybe,
filter.
you could buy some charcoal and then you can. So
And what you got to do, Steve, you got to put
Yeah,
it in the
Tennessee
hands of
whiskey.
some influencers so they can be like, I love whiskey. I love rapid aging my own. And they're there with the shaker. They're selling it. That's what you do. It's going to sell millions. And I want you to know that I'm a supporter. So don't forget me.
Yes.
Oh,
here's
listen,
the
here's
charcoal.
the funny thing. It
Here's the
will
charcoal I'm
sell
gonna use.
millions because
Yeah.
people will buy everything.
It's a fucking
And
stupid
anything.
idea, but people would buy it.
The
They
charcoal is
will.
not
There you
for
go.
I'm with you.
consumption.
They will buy it. They
Yeah.
will buy it.
So,
So,
yeah.
Steve,
Yeah.
I mean, you could have maple, sawdust for maple, sawdust for
Here
oak.
we go.
You could
Yeah.
have
Here we
sawdust
go.
for chinkapin
Teriyaki.
oak to really get Gary going.
Right.
You could have a whole host of different flavoring options for the barrel aging that
This
you're
is
going to
huge.
rapidly age by shaking it in the bottle.
Because you know what, here's how I came up with this, because how do you invent something? And how I came up with it is I've tried some of this rapid aging stuff, and all they're looking to do is impart the flavor of wood. Like that stupid pump with the wood disc. It is adding there. I guarantee you, it's adding a wood flavor to it, but it just tastes like oak to me. What I like about bourbon is it comes out with this layer of flavors. We might do a tasting, and if it's a really good one, you might come up with 30 different things that you're tasting on that whiskey. And but a lot of people think that age equals oak, so they think that if you add an oak flavor to it, that it's age. So I'm just playing right into what some certain people want. And again, is it for me? No, I'm not going to be a buyer of my own product, but I don't have to be. I want to sell it to other people. I don't want to sell it to myself.
I know it's going to sell, and it's so bad. It's so bad.
It's so bad. It works.
It 1,000% is going to sell, and I'm actually, I'll buy stock in it.
I got J-Ro as an investor
in this bullshit.
J-Ro's in her.
I'm in at least the first 2 rounds of funding. After that, I want my money back. I'm out.
Because these people will buy anything. Like I'm in. I'm 1,000%.
Steve, you're gonna have to show me an MVP of this, a minimum viable product,
right.
And I need to know if the taste actually even works at all. And then you're going to need to prove that adding more scoops adds 7 years.
Whoa. Oh yeah, 7 years. 7 years.
No, you just got to go on what we say. You just got to go with it.
And then
you gotta believe and you receive.
Instead of shaking, Steve, you can get one of those like little NutriBullet blenders. Get a little blender.
Right.
Take your whiskey to go. There's so many lines.
But imagine,
I love where your head's at, McNew.
You bring up a good point about the holiday season, because people who are not whiskey fans are often put in the awkward position of buying things for people that are whiskey drinkers, and they're tough to buy for because you can't really buy them whiskey if they're really into it, because they've typically got everything. So they struggle with it. That's how you get all these whiskey stones and stuff like that. Because they go and they think, here's a gadget I've never seen.
I was literally going to say, no more whiskey stones for anyone. No one else needs
get a bottle you already have than like a thing you're never going to use that you have to like pretend to be excited about.
Well, I would, but it's going to be Basil Hayden's. That's what all the.
I'm always excited.
I don't need any more Basil Hayden gifts. Yeah.
I'm going to regift whatever I don't like. I'm excited because I know I can regift it to someone.
What about this one? What if you can take each of your different options, put it in the toaster and toast it for a little bit, and then add toasted sawdust shaves in there too?
Oh, yeah.
See what that does.
The low cat, you could do the air fryer.
It's unlimited.
So if we want to enhance this again, McNew brought up a blender. If you want to make a blended whiskey, what you do is get little wooden inserts into the blender. You put them on the blender blades, and then you put your sawdust whiskey in there, and then you blend it up to create a blended whiskey, and you get the extra oak from those oak pieces blended.
Brilliant. It's brilliant.
You can make poor man happy with this.
This has really come full circle. This has come full circle.
I think you guys are on board.
I'm on board.
I think we got
really come full circle.
Get on this boat.
Evan was skeptical, but now
he's legal on it. Hold on, we need to get legal on this, but I think we've come full circle.
Yeah.
Well, if the blender is a fully oak container, because it only has to be a new oak container, it can be a blender made of oak.
You'd sell a one-time use insert to make your bourbon, and then after that, it's got to be American whiskey.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
like a K-cup. Like a K-cup.
This is true. So
there's a website called Bespoke Post. We actually get some cool shit from it, but some of it's like really, really gimmicky. It is perfect, Steve. You're going to sell it to people with disposable income who are kind of dumb, and they're going to package it nicely.
Right.
It's perfect. The holidays.
I got that. I know exactly what you're talking about, McNew, and I still can't force myself to use that stupid corkscrew stave thing and try something with it.
We got a lot.
Yeah, but I'm definitely in on the first round of investment. I'm in on the first round of investments. Count me in.
There you go. Well, there's my idea. It sounds like it's well received. I think you guys get it where I'm going with this thing, and
I can't wait to see the emails after the show comes out.
Steve, there's no one way to separate the stupid from their money.
Right. Exactly. This is exactly
you want. If you can buy a lottery ticket, you can buy this ultra fast aging process.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
It's stripper sawdust is what it is.
I even agree that I like the people that'll be buying it. Like Evan, who was skeptical of the sawdust thing. Buy it and taste it out. I don't care. I make the sale either way.
One and done. You got it. It's like a one-hit wonder, just like the songs. And you get royalties off that for a lifetime.
Exactly.
And you don't even have to charge an insane amount, like $35.99. Solid.
You get 100,000 people at $9.99. Hell, go cheaper, go bigger, go home.
There you go.
Go home at the dime.
Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Evan, we'll start with you. Where can people find you? Evan's eating dinner.
Yeah, a little bit. So you can find me on Facebook, Evan Van Spoik, or on Instagram, Wit Wisdom Whiskey.
Tim.
You can find me on the corporate and private events page at abvnetwork.com or on Instagram at swyguy2112.
Yeah. Do you feel like Evan is hitting on the whiskey a little bit less on the wit and the wisdom on his page?
Yes.
That's what I thought too. I thought that's
a lot of overshot on whiskey. I'm still waiting for the wit. The wisdom will come with time, just like extra aged and rapid aged whiskey.
Exactly. Yeah. J-Ro, how about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me on the gram at jro.bourbon.pro.
All right. Excellent. Did I officially give you the name J-Ro, or did anybody else call you that before I started calling you that?
No, I got that in Arkansas about 15 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I would have gave that nickname. I came up with it on my own, but it was already used. I didn't know this. All right.
It has something to do with the booty and the J-Lo and the J-Ro. I don't know.
Right. It does. It does. For me, it comes directly from J-Lo. So I used to have a Jennifer Bonham I worked with, and I always called her J-Bo. So now when I met you, I was like, oh, you're J-Ro. So yeah. All right, McNew, how about you? Where can people find you?
Wear it.
Exactly.
You can find me on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. That's it. You got to check out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
All right. Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro has a full line of products to help the home distiller. Whether you want to experiment on the stove in your kitchen or you're looking for a bigger setup in your backyard, owner Russell Creed and his team can help. They have multiple still offerings, accessories, and even grain from their partners at Goldstone Mill to assist you in making whiskey on par with your favorite distillery. They can also help you with some fabricated parts you probably can't make yourself if you are attempting a DIY still project. Learn more or order your still or parts at moonshinestillpro.com. Another friend of ours is the Goldstein family at Goldstone Mill. The Goldsteins offer a variety of heritage and heirloom grains to make the finest whiskeys in the world. Plus, they are more than just a grain company. They are truly consultants to make sure the grains they are providing to you or your business meet your highest expectations. Additionally, they work with mills around the country, ensuring shipping is as low as possible for their customers. If you're a distillery, brewery, or even doing this at home, Goldstone can assist you. Check them out at goldstonemill.com, call them at 217-254-6613, or check in via email at hello@goldstonemill.com.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.